Hi guys, I hope you're all well. Today we're going to be looking at the phases of the moon, which is this over here. So the phases of the moon is the different stages or the different moons we see in our night sky. We only get one moon, but as the month goes on, you see little bits of the moon or the whole moon or no moon at all. So on, I think it was Monday, so 2 days ago, we had a full moon. Then, after the full moon, we get the waning gibbons. Now, the word waning means to get smaller or to get less. So, we have a little less of the moon, then we get our last quarter, then we get the waning crescent, then we get the new moon, and that's when we don't see a moon at all. It's still there, we just don't see it. Then we get the waxing crescent. Now, waxing means getting bigger. Then we get the first quarter, the waxing gibbons, and then we get the full moon again. So the moon is rotating around the earth, and the earth is rotating around the sun, which is why sometimes we can see some of the moon and other times we can't see any of the moon. So I'm going to show you how that works. So I have our moon over here, I have our sun, and I have our earth. Now, as we know, the earth turns, but then the earth also turns and turns around the sun. And now our moon turns around our earth like this. Turns, 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 turns. So when we see the full moon is reflecting the sun. So the sun is going whoosh and shining a light on the earth, on the moon, because the moon doesn't have its own light. The sun gives the moon its light. So when the moon is here, then the sun is reflecting off the moon, and then we get to see the full moon. Then as it moves over this way, then there's a little less sun reflecting off the moon. We can still see the moon, but it's just there's less sun on the moon. And then when we get to this point, then the earth is between the moon and the sun, which means that there's no light reflecting off the moon. So because no light can get between the earth and the sun, between the earth and the moon. But then goes around and around and around, and then it reflects again, and then that's when we get a full moon. So while the moon is turning, our earth is also turning, which is why we get day and night, why we get seasons, and all of that fun stuff. So these two always turn. They're turning, 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 turning. I hope that answers some of your questions as to why we see some of the moon sometimes and why we see the whole moon other times, and then sometimes why we don't see a moon at all. I hope you guys have enjoyed this lesson, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!